there! So here's the newly launched Redmi Note 11s. Now if you're thinking of buying a smartphone that has an AMOLED display, a large camera sensor and it's also pocket friendly, then this one is surely a good option. The price of this phone starts from 16,499 and it comes with lots and lots of features like dual speakers, 90Hz refresh rate, 5000 mAh battery, 108 megapixel AI quad camera and so much more. So before we move to the experience, let me tell you what came inside the box. First is the phone itself, a 33-watt charging brick with a USB-C charging cable and a TPU transparent cover that sits very nicely on the device. It secures your phone in case you drop it, while the transparency of the case makes sure it looks good too. The back of the phone is made of polycarbonate and looks very clean. Now this is a space black color and feels a little like dark grey. It's also really soft to touch. The phone itself is quite thin, just 8.09 mm to be exact, and it comes with flat sides that provides a very good grip in your hand. It also feels quite light, weighing at just 179 grams, which is really impressive considering it has a 5000 mAh battery. Then we get a 6.43-inch Full HD AMOLED display with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels. It supports P3 wide color gamut. The colors look vibrant and punchy. You can further adjust it from the color scheme settings from vivid to saturated to standard. It also supports a refresh rate of 90Hz, so the animations feel buttery smooth. However, by default, the refresh rate is set to 60Hz. You can change it in the display settings. Now, I think 90Hz is a sweet spot. It feels snappy and doesn't drastically impact your battery life. Then right in the center is a 16 megapixel punch hole selfie camera. Now the device ships with the latest MIUI 13 and it just looks amazing. It works very well and it didn't encounter any bugs so far. However, it's running Android 11, which isn't exactly old, but I would have preferred to see Android 12. Then we get dual stereo speakers and it sounds just amazing. Now if you're someone who watches a lot of videos and movies on your phone, the loud clear audio makes the viewing experience even better. By the way, it also comes with Wildvine L1 certification, so it will stream content at full resolution. Then we get dual SIM support with a dedicated microSD card, which can be extended up to 1 TB. Then my favorite IR Blaster is also there, along with the Mi Remote app, so you can control all your IR devices right from your phone. It's nice to see that Redmi still includes this hardware in most of their phones. Good job. Then we also get a 3.5mm headphone jack, so you can connect wired headphones as well. It's placed on the top, which is something I personally prefer. It's a really convenient spot. Then there's a capacitive fingerprint scanner on the side and it works really fast. It's easy to use with your left or right hand depending on how you hold the phone. Now you can double tap and set some gestures like I've set it to launch the control center, and trust me, this is so handy. You can further customize it as per your preference in the settings. Coming to the silicon inside. So the Redmi Note 11s comes with the MediaTek Helio G96 CPU. Now the variant I have is a 6GB RAM variant. There's actually even an 8GB RAM variant. Now you can also extend the RAM, virtual RAM by 2GB on the 6GB variant and 3GB more on an 8GB RAM variant. Overall the performance was snappy and I didn't experience any lag or stutter. We ran some benchmarks as well, starting with the Antutu, and we got about 3,08,000, which I think is pretty decent. Then it comes with UFS 2.2 and we did test the read-write disk speed and we got about 466 read and 520 write speed. Pretty impressive for a budget device. Then we briefly played Battleground India and it worked very well. Though the graphics settings maxed out at smooth and ultra, I'm assuming this is playing at about 35 to 40 FPS. However, my gaming experience was quite smooth. It did heat up a little and after a while I did notice some drop frames. So for casual gamers, I'd say the experience is pretty good. Now coming to the camera, so we get a quad camera setup, 108 megapixel Samsung HM2 sensor, then there's an 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel depth sensor and 2 megapixel macro. Now if you look carefully, the primary 108 megapixel camera protrudes out a little more than the rest of the camera module. It stands out. Quite literally. Now here are some images taken at full 108 megapixel. The clarity, the detail are outstanding. Excellent shadows, blue skies outdoors, it's a treat. However, keep in mind these pics do take a lot of space. Now here are some pics taken from the default settings. Outdoors, they are very impressive. Here are some ultra-wide shots. The dynamic range could be tricky. Sometimes perfect, sometimes not so great. Now here are some portrait shots. The edge detection here was quite good. Then here are some macro shots. Surprisingly good since they're just 2 megapixel. But since they're just 2 megapixels, the moment you zoom in, the details are lost. I'll still say they're pretty good. Here are some images taken from the 16 megapixel selfie camera. They're very clear, good dynamic range, vibrant colors. It does a good job here. Here are some portrait shots. Creates the bokeh effect as needed. So the images overall look good and the 108 megapixel images absolutely shine. But sadly the device lacks 4K video recording. Both front and back camera can only record videos at full HD and that too only at 30 fps. Also there is no 5G band support. Probably these are the only two cons for me. But if neither of these are a concern for you, the Redmi Note 11S is a solid contender. It comes with a 108 megapixel primary camera, AMOLED display, 90Hz refresh rate, extendable RAM, MIUI 13. It's a really good deal. The phone is going on sale today, 21st of February at 12 p.m. I'll leave the links below in the description. If you'd like to buy one, you should definitely check it out. So I hope this video was helpful. If there are any questions, mention them down in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers!